Right, kia ora and welcome to Tomahawk and Availability's Learning Lunch for December 2012, just in time for the busy period. My name is Karen McCabe and you may know me or at least recognise my voice from the ResBook Support Help Desk. Thanks very much for coming along today. The purpose of today's webinar is to demonstrate our recommended best practiced procedures to do with taking payments and invoicing. These are simply suggestions though, and as always, how you use ResBook is your business decision. A few handy hints before we begin. Always log into ResBook at www.resbook.co.nz. You will be redirected, but a lot of our earlier users are logging in at a different page. You may have read our security alerts recently, but there is no need for you to give out your ResBook details to anyone, not your web developer and not even us. And when you are within your ResBook system, try not to use your browser's back and forward buttons to navigate. Keep within ResBook. If you don't need to save the changes that you've made on a page, simply navigate away. You may remember our old credit card processing module, eGate, and may have noticed it was recently decommissioned. The merchants, Visa, MasterCard and Amex, are really cracking down on online security, especially in the tourism industry, where e-commerce plays such a huge part. So we moved everyone to ResPay modules, which are fully PCI compliant. Over 250 ResBook systems now utilize these modules. The industry keeps moving forward though, and there are talks of further changes. We will keep you posted of any changes that are on the wind, so please keep your eye on your ResBook messages. Messages can be found under the menu of the same name and the blue menu line within your ResBook system over the next few months. Alright, I wanted to get started today by very quickly demonstrating the online booking process. The ResBook system we're using today has the ResPay New Zealand credit card processing module, and instant confirmation is turned on, and that can be seen from our booking and payment policy. Link at the bottom of the page. A deposit is also required at time of booking. The options we are demonstrating here today are all about saving you time. We believe these settings are the most efficient for deposit collection, and instant confirmation is certainly an industry norm these days. The payment page you see here shows that a deposit has been automatically calculated. And as long as your guest enters a valid credit card, the deposit will be collected and the billing token created. Obviously we're in test mode, hence these credit card details will work. Now, billing token may be a new term for you, but if you're already using these modules, then you're already using and creating billing tokens. With the ResPay modules, as you will know, you cannot see the credit card details that have been entered, but they have obviously been entered. When credit card details are first entered into your system, they are used to create this billing token, which allows you to charge that card for up to 7 days after the date of departure of the booking the billing token is created for. Let's just refresh our ResBook system. Now, you may have experienced a session expired message before, and this is related to your internet browser's browsing history. You'll notice I'm using Firefox at the moment, and I need to clear my recent history. So clearing your cookies and your cache will prevent this from happening. We do recommend closing your browser before logging back in again. All right, we can see under our Other Bookings tab here, the booking that was just placed. And when looking at an online booking that we've just placed, we can see that the deposit is recorded automatically within the payment records. Any payment processed via the ResPay modules within your ResBook system will automatically be recorded here and also in the booking history. A note about the booking history, it reads from the bottom up. When checking in that booking, an invoice is automatically raised, but it is possible to raise an invoice prior to check-in if needed. Simply go to the check-in, check-out invoices area, enter the booking you wish to raise the invoice for, and click Raise Invoice. When you check a booking in after that point, you'll notice you're asked whether you wish to use the invoice you just raised or create a new one. The booking can now be found in the In-House tab. And you can access the invoice from there. Now when an invoice is raised, it will contain all the information that was already within the booking. Now every invoice is completely customizable, so the only reason you would need to cancel one is if you've raised it by mistake. But you can see these orange crosses allow you to delete an entry, and clicking on a date allows you to edit the way that that entry looks. You'll notice there is a blank area here that you can add information directly onto the invoice, but we recommend adding to the invoice should be done from within the booking. The booking number here will take us back into the booking where we can add or amend or delete services. Or payments. Once a change has been made to the booking, the invoice will also need to be updated. So you'll notice the t-shirt we just added and the cash payment isn't recorded here yet. But clicking the corresponding button up the top will bring through those areas of the booking. Always remember to save your changes before printing or emailing it. The next step in the process is collecting the balance. Now you'll recall the system was set up to automatically collect the deposit, and the invoice shows the outstanding amount to process. So all we need to do is copy our booking number again and click on our ResPay module in the blue line. Now loading the booking number could result in two different pages. If that mysterious billing token has already been created, then you will see this page. As this was an online booking, the credit card details were submitted at time of booking and the billing token was created at the same time. We can easily amend the amount to the outstanding balance. Perhaps pop a little note in the description if need be. Indicate that I'm not being fraudulent before clicking process. Just a little note, if the guest wants to pay using another credit card or perhaps they want to split the bill, you can charge a partial amount to this card, return to ResPay again and then use the Change CC button to set up a billing token for the second credit card before coming back a third time to process the transaction. Once you see the big red approved text, you can rest assured that your guest has paid the bill. Now, if you're using ResPay New Zealand, fees will be deducted before the money is transferred into your bank account. You can see that our ResBook system's still in the background, so closing that window will take us back to ResBook. To monitor the status of the payments that get paid out to you, you can visit your availability account in the admin menu. Once the guest has made a payment, you'll see that in the credit column, and after we transfer it to you, it will be listed in the debit column along with its associated fees and reduce your balance back down to zero again. Obviously we're in trading, so I won't see a cent of that. Now, the bank account number that the money gets deposited to can be controlled on your accounting and financial settings page. So it's really important to keep this up to date. So access this area, fix your bank account number up, and click Save Changes. Now, if you have your own internet payment gateway, your module will not be called ResPay NZ, it will be called ResPay. But the processes are all very similar, except these fees do not apply. Although you do need to maintain your own internet payment gateway and merchant bank, and they both have their own transaction fees and monthly accounts. If you are interested in this module, please pop us an email after today's session. We can provide you with a quote for setup and integration. Those fees for ResPay New Zealand are 4% on MasterCard and Visa transactions, 5.5% for American Express transactions, plus a 50-cent transaction fee. And just an important point to remember, billing tokens for a booking are deleted 7 days after the date of departure. Now, if a booking didn't already have a billing token created, perhaps you're working with a manual booking, the ResPay page will look different. I'm now going to demonstrate what I like to call the express confirmation procedure. This is best used when you have a booking request, perhaps over the phone, and your guest does not have an email or internet connection, and they don't mind providing you with their credit card details over the phone rather than a secure server. So you can gather their details and set up the booking and the billing token all manually from within your ResBook system. Please note that communicating credit card details via email is not recommended. And you'll note here the most important part of this procedure is that the status equals confirmed. So we're going to go ahead and place a booking in the system for today. Status, important part, equals confirmed. If we put an email address in here, it will ask you, after saving, if you'd like to send the standard reply. And in this case, this is standard reply 5, which simply says, thank you for your request, and we have confirmed your reservation, and provides them all the information they'll need to know about their booking. So you can go ahead and save it, and this booking will now be saved as a confirmed booking. While we've still got our guests on the phone, we're going to copy that booking number, click up onto ResPay New Zealand and load that booking, and you'll notice this page looks very different to the one we saw before. And this is because the credit card details haven't been entered for this booking yet. So while we've got our clients on the phone, we can gather their information and enter it in. Now, you'll notice a major difference about this page is that there is a $1 amount being displayed. This is simply validating the credit card that you are setting up the billing token for. The $1 amount does not actually get charged to your guest's card. They do not see it on their statement. It simply validates the card and sets up the billing token for you. So once you've got confirmation that that has been done, loading that booking number again will bring through the page we saw before, and we can go ahead and collect our 25% deposit as per our terms and conditions. So that express confirmation procedure again, you're either entering a new manual booking or perhaps accepting a booking request if you don't have instant confirmation on. You can set the status directly to confirmed. If you have an email address, you can add it to the booking data and send the guest standard reply 5, which simply says thank you and your booking is confirmed. But you don't have to send that email if you don't like. Then you can manually add the credit card details to the booking and collect the deposit. So that's how you manually add credit card details yourself. But if you'd rather, or perhaps your guests would rather, enter the credit card details directly into the secure server, we strongly recommend that what we like to call the pending reconfirmation procedure. Key to this, status equals pending reconfirmation. So this is really great when you want to gain your guests' acceptance of the nightly rate, and you want to allow them to enter their credit card details into the secure server. And we're going to do a demonstration booking just like that right now. So we're going to place a booking into the Villa Deluxe Holiday Home for an arrival today for 5 guests, just a one night. And we're going to leave the status as pending reconfirmation. We're going to leave the expiry date in place for this time. The key reason why we have an expiry date in there is that if your guests do not receive this email for one reason or another, this booking will end up back in your other bookings tab to alert you to the fact to follow up on the booking. So clicking on Save Booking in this case is going to ask us, do we want to send the standard reply email? Clicking on Preview, you can notice that we can add to these emails at this point if we want, and this is standard reply 2 saying thank you, yes we can accommodate you, but you now need to confirm your acceptance of the rate and provide us with your credit card details, that is if they haven't already been provided. So you're going to go ahead and send this to your guest, and an important part right now is to wait now for your guests to confirm the booking. So they're going to receive their email and click on the link, and the link's going to take them to this page. Here they'll be able to enter their credit card details. Now you will remember when we manually added credit card details to a booking, the same $1 validation amount appeared. This process is explained in red back on the main page here. You'll notice the page changed slightly after doing that step, and your guests then need to click on Confirm. And at this point, ResBook will send you a notification to alert you to the fact that the booking has been confirmed, so you can now go into ResBook and charge the deposit. So back into ResBook, let's just go back home. This booking has been reconfirmed, so we can go ahead, go into it. You'll notice that no payments have been made just yet. Going up to ResPay NZ, clicking paste, you'll notice the billing token was created, so we can go ahead and process the deposit. Now before you check out a booking, you can collect the balance of the booking in the same way we've just collected the deposit. You'll notice this booking is due to be checked out. It's got an invoice. Let's have a look at the booking and see what payments have been made. So we haven't got a balance just yet. Let's have a look at the invoice to find out what's still owing. 175. So I'm going to copy the booking number. Collect our balance. We'll go back into that booking again. Check that payment was successful there, so it's recorded, and click on the checkout button, and you'll notice now that the checkout process automatically updates our invoice for us. So that can save you a little bit of time there. So just that procedure again with the pending reconfirmation. When you're entering a new manual booking or perhaps accepting a booking request, make sure there's an email address included. Set the status to pending reconfirmation. Preview the standard reply to, and you can add to it if you wish. Make sure you send that email. It's a key part in this. And then wait for your guest to confirm the booking. Once you've received the ResBook notification to let you know this has been done, you can then collect your deposit. Now, one more thing we need to talk about before recapping today's session is refunds. So once a payment has been made to us, if you need to process a refund to a guest, pop an email to accounts@availability.co.nz. We need to know the booking number, the original payment date, and the total amount that you need to refund. If the payment's already been paid out to you, we refund that transaction back onto the credit card that it came from, and then we'll invoice you for the funds. So, in today's session, we covered online bookings and how best to streamline this procedure using the credit card processing modules, instant confirmation, and having deposits due at time of booking. We covered check-in, check-out, and invoicing, so how to manually raise invoices, how to edit invoices, update them when need be. We covered how to collect payments using the credit card processing modules ResPay and ResPay. We talked about how to manually add credit card details to create that mysterious billing token, how to check transactions that have been processed within the booking, how to check if payments have been made to you using your availability account. And we talked about two different booking procedures, the express confirmation procedure, so confirming the booking yourself and then manually creating that billing token, or asking your guests to create that billing token and confirm the booking. So thank you very, very much for your time today. We hope you've learned a bit and that these notes will be really helpful for you over the busy period. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the team here at Tomahawk.